everyone, welcome back. My name is Liz, and welcome back to Liz and Allison, Paranormal Investigators. So, as you can see, I do not have Allison with me. Allison is still in America, and if you can tell by the surrounding area behind me, I am back in Korea right now. Here I am in my town of Jeonju. We have some beautiful history and some wonderful tourist locations, and I decided that for my first episode back here in Jeonju that I would go to our famous Hanok village to do some paranormal investigating. So granted, I can't guarantee that there's going to be a lot of activity here, but I just figured because it's so old, there's so much history, there were so many people who had once lived here, that maybe we'll be able to find something. So I'm gonna have you guys come along with me, and we'll go to a few of the famous locations here in the village and see what we can find. All right, let's go. It feels so awkward. Let's go. All right. Okay. All right, so as you can see behind me, there are some Hanok style houses. Here we just happen to have a nice simple place. I believe this may have once been a area of study. This is the Fan Cultural Museum, so it tells us all about different fans that were used around here in Korea. You can make things, they have a lot of interactive activities, but we're not gonna be investigating here. No, we're gonna go to the cool places, and with me, I don't know if you see behind me, I got two of my friends. We have Nikki and Ujong, and they are going to be tagging along with me to help with some of the Korean translations that I might not be so good at, and just kind of be moral support. I think that we're gonna become a little team for all of this, and I'm really excited about it. So I hope you guys will be excited to join us, and we can start walking to our first location. So we're here in the Jeonju Hanok village, and this is a village in the city of Jeonju, South Korea, where I currently live. It basically was a village that contained traditional Korean houses called Hanok. And so this village is very famous among Korean people, tourists. They are just completely recovering from everything that happened with COVID, but their tourism population is definitely going back up there. We're currently walking around the main roads, and on these main roads we happen to have a lot of stores, coffee shops, great touristy places to go. You can do photo booths, there's little lucky boxes you can try and open up, bakeries, street food. I love it here. Honestly, I have sort of like a personal connection to all this. I just always feel like I want to come here, I want to be here, spend my time walking around. It feels like a very calming place for me, and I usually come here by myself and just kind of enjoy my time walking around. I really hope that if you guys ever, for some reason, decide to come to Korea, that you would take some time to come here and walk around and see its beauty and enjoy the history, because that's definitely my favorite part about all this. I really enjoy walking here. I buy a lot of my family Christmas present souvenirs here, and I think it's just a super fun place to be. So we're gonna start by going off to our first place, which you can't see right now because it's blocked by some houses, but I'll show you guys, and it's pretty crazy, and I'm already out of breath, but we need to walk up some stairs. So I don't know if you can see all the way up there where those lights are. We're gonna go to the very top. Are you guys ready?
Yep. Let's do this.
Okay, here we go. I'll see you guys when we get to the top. Peace out. Now, I say out of breath, There's not much known haunted related stories here in Korea, and if there are, most of them do happen to be in Seoul. But I wanted to venture outside of Seoul and see if I could find some places that just relate to a lot of history, and where there's history, there's people who pass away. There's a lot of dark or negative energy that can relate to a lot of that. So I think that Jeonju is a great place to start. There was a royal family who happened to be born and basically originate their line of royals here in Jeonju. It was also known to be the capital of its province. One of the historical periods here in Korea, Jeonju happened to be the capital of the entire region. And therefore, it has a lot of interesting stories, powerful people, even just the overall village life was probably so abundant and so rich. Bugs. Oh, great. Love that. That's what happens when it turns into springtime. Oh boy. Okay guys, welcome to Omokdae, and Omokdae is located on the east side of the Hanok village. It is the place where Lee Song-gae, the founder of the Joseon dynasty, gave an outdoor banquet here in Jeonju during his triumphant return to Gaegyeong after a victory over the Japanese coastal invaders at Hwangsan Mountain. So here we are, you can see right behind me, very beautiful, nice outdoor space to be. And this is basically just high up on a mountain. We had to hike a little bit up some stairs to get here, and while I am very tired, we're gonna be here. We're gonna try to do a little bit of an investigation. There do happen to be some people here, so we're gonna try not to disturb them. So without further ado, we're gonna see what sorts of things we can get up here on the mountain. Maybe from Lee Song-gae himself, or from others who may have been a part of the banquet. We're gonna head right on up here and get set up and figure out if we have anyone joining us tonight. Alright, so I'm right in front of this area, and I'm going to read you some of the history from this plaque rather than reading it from my phone, because if there's English in front of me, why not read it? These historic sites are related to Lee Song-gae, who is also King Taejol from 1392 to 1398, the founder of the Joseon dynasty. And the Joseon dynasty was from 1392 to 1910. So if you think about it, that's sort of times in America that we consider to be a little more modern, which I think is really interesting that here in Korea, they still happen to be in dynasties, which you don't really ever think about, but it's just another fancy word for a time period. So, Omokdae is where Lee Song-gae threw a party in 1380, and he was celebrating the victory over a battle at Namwon, in which he and his men defeated some Japanese pirates. Which this is before all the Japanese invasion in Korea, so wild to think how many times the Japanese and the Koreans were butting heads. Imokdae, located 400 meters away on the other side of the nearby pedestrian bridge, which we are not going to go to, is believed to be the place where Lee Song-gae's fourth generation ancestor, Lee An-sa, lived. And then in 1897, King Goljong, which was from 1863 to 1907, proclaimed the founding of the Korean Empire and designated historic sites related to the royal lineage in order to strengthen his power. Thus, in 1900, two monuments bearing the emperor's handwriting were erected at the site of Omokdae and Imokdae. The inscription on the monument in front of Omokdae means a place where King Taejol stayed, and the one monument in front of Imokdae means a site where King Mokjo resided. So the famous pavilion here was built in 1988, and basically we are just going to take some time and see if we can contact either some of these specific kings or just people who happen to reside here in Jeonju or in the historical village. So let's get started. Are you ready, ladies?
Yeah!
Yeah, I don't think they are. Alright everyone, so we're starting off here with our lovely little friends, the cat balls, which as you see I lightly touched it, it went off. And so if anything, is in or around our presence, they will touch these. As well, we have our lovely EMF detector. And if it goes up anything above this little green dot here, then we may be reading some EMF, some electromagnetic frequencies, which may or may not be from something spooky. Then we have our good old handy dandy spirit box. We're going to start this a little bit later. And what I want to start with this time, which we didn't use in our Lizzie Borden video, is something that I think a lot of people feel very skeptical about: dowsing rods. So here with dowsing rods, all you do is you hold them by these copper handles, you let them get very still, and then you try to start talking. Now, I am going to preface this by saying there is a slight gust of wind, so therefore I am not going to hold everything to heart with this. It may not be paranormal, it may literally just be the wind. So therefore, disclaimer aside, I think we should get started. Now, one thing I do want to also preface really quickly is that I have no idea if these spirits speak English. This is why... Do you not speak English?
Spooky.
Can you uncross if you do not understand English?
Huh.
I need you to move the right one. Yeah, okay. Wow. That was a big swing. Okay, can you please show me what a yes looks like? If there's anyone here with us, can you show me a yes answer? I would prefer you to move the right one because you have moved the left one pretty far. Do you understand the words I am saying to you? Do you need me to reset? Is it stuck the way that it is? No, it's not stuck. Are you just messing around with me right now? Please cross the rods if you are... I think you know what I'm going to say. Cross the rods if you are negative energy. What happens if it makes a triangle?
That's one of the things we don't ask.
Make a triangle. That's so weird. Alright, let's reset a little bit. There we go. Okay, wait a minute. That's weird. Alright, resetting. Alright. I promise you guys, I would not mess around with these because I think these are also not legit. So I'm not even trying to like wiggle my hands or anything. If I was wiggling my hands, I think you would know. I feel like this is just weird. Alright, reset. Okay. That was Nikki dropping her phone. Do not worry, everyone. That cat ball did not just go off randomly. Alright. We'll wait for the wind to settle down again, and then we'll... Okay. Is there anyone here with us tonight? Please cross the rods for yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Great. Wonderful. Okay. Please uncross the rods if you are a Korean person or a Korean spirit. Alright, very slowly. Yep, great, wonderful. I'll throw in a nice little friendly 안녕하세요. How's it going? Okay. Do you understand my English questions? Yes. Okay. Great. Is it okay that I speak English to you? Or would you prefer us speaking Korean? If you want us to speak English, please uncross the rods. If you want us to speak Korean, keep them crossed. Or uncross and cross again. Nikki, you can stop the recording.
Okay.
Alright guys, so unfortunately we had to cut our clip short there. We did have some people who came up and unfortunately they're still hanging out there. I don't know if you can hear them in the background, but we are going to move to our next location. We basically invited the person who may have been trying to talk to us through the dowsing rods to follow us to the next area wherever we go, but no pressure. I am walking downstairs. I'm going to be extremely careful. So it was a little bit of a bust, but hopefully we can get something better at a new location. I was really hoping we would get some peace and quiet up there, but surprisingly, there were more people than I thought there would be there. So we really couldn't do too much without bothering people or them bothering us. But I did bring some of my tarot cards that I wanted to try to do, which if you watch the podcast at some point, I may bring them up. And so I'm really hoping that that can also bring clarity in the future about some of these things. And I did a reading for myself when I was at home, and it honestly told me that there were going to be some distractions, disturbances while we would be filming tonight. And I think that is the sign that there would be. So they don't lie. Been pretty legit, but anyway, so let's head over to the next place and see what we can get there. Hey y'all, it's Editor Liz here. Just want to let you guys know that within the next couple clips, things don't seem to really get better with filming in public. So there's going to be background noises. You may hear cars driving by, young adults or old people or whatever. There's some things that just, like, I didn't even know that this was even going to happen, like some of this. So some of it's really weird. Just, I'll maybe keep it in. And honestly, we can hopefully laugh about it together. So yeah, hopefully you guys can actually enjoy whatever is left of this investigation. Wow. Sorry, y'all, but that's how it goes. So let's see what else we capture, and hopefully you guys can enjoy. Okay, everyone, we are now in front of the main entrance to the portrait area. And here, I'm gonna read on up. This is Gyeonggi-jeon. It is the hall where the portrait of Lee Sung-jae is enshrined. It was built in 1410 and in the 10th year of King Taejeon's rule. So Gyeonggi-jeon is designated as a private historical landmark of Korea. I'll let them go. Nikki, be careful.
Oh God.
I almost wish I was recording that.
That is like.
Are you kidding me?
Is he drunk? Is he high? Are they high? Oh,
that was weird. So, Gyeonggi-jeon is designated as a private historical landmark of Korea, number 339, as Korea has many, many famous landmarks around their country. And this is where the portrait of Lee Sung-jae is basically put here. It is a national treasure of Korea. It is number 317. And Gyeonggi-jeon is located in front of Hanok village, right near the entrance. So many tourists come to this area to visit, and they go inside, they can look at the portrait, they see other Hanok-style houses. This was like right near the center of this Hanok village back in its heyday, And while not all of it is originally here, it used to be, I believe, 2 times bigger, but it was demolished to make room for a Japanese elementary school during Japanese colonialism, which was when the Japanese invaded Korea, if you did not know or live under a rock. Like, if you don't know this history, you should absolutely look it up. It is crucial to the history of Korea, how they built themselves up afterwards, and all part of the Korean War as well. Crazy history. Highly recommend learning about it because it's fascinating. It shows a lot of empowerment and good overall story of being able to build yourself back up and show that you are still strong. Yeah, basically we are here. We are going to probably do something really small. There's still some people walking around, so I don't really want to go overboard with stuff, but we're gonna see what kinds of things we could potentially get right around here. All right, guys, I'm really sorry to do this. My camera just died. I'm gonna record the rest of this on my iPhone right now, but I just wanted to show you guys the EMF just keeps going off. And it doesn't really matter where I walk. It just kind of keeps going. Now what's weird is there are these little lights in the ground. I'll try to show you. There's little lights right here. And when I come down and bring it close, it just maintains a green color. It doesn't really go much past yellow, but the minute I stand up, it starts spiking back to red. Now, when we were up on the mountain, there was nothing. Literally, it doesn't really matter where I walk. It just kind of stays around the same place. Like, even near the tree. That's weird. Now it's only green. Before, see over here? It's going more like orange. Do you see that? Let's try resetting it. Yep. Still the same. Interesting. Well, can't tell you if this is busted. There's bound to be tons of wires under here powering all these lights. And God forbid there's literally projected image on the ground. It could be a bust. I can't really be sure. All right, everyone. So not too much luck with the EMF detector. Let's move on to the dowsing rods again. I will say it is a bit windy. I see the wind blowing some banners in the background. So I'm going to attribute a lot of this to the wind currently, sadly. But let's see if we get anything anyway. Who knows? Right, so is anyone... Oh, that's the wind. Is there anyone here with us right now? Sorry, I'm moving a little bit, so that might be me. Let me straighten my body. Is there anyone here with us right now? Seems like a no. Do you not speak English? Bujong, you want to try asking in Korean?
한국말 하세요.
Maybe ask if there are any spirits here who want to talk to us.
Are there any spirits who communicate in English who would like to talk to us? Maybe. Okay. Thank you very much. Can you swing that back out for me right now? Just put it right back towards the left again, my left hand. Thank you. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. Hi, welcome. Does this happen to be anyone one of us might know personally? Do you have any connection to one of the three of us here? If so, please cross the rods. Sorry. Yep. Okay. I was not being very specific. I apologize. Thank you. Okay. If you relate to someone in my life, that is Liz McElroy, can you please uncross the rods? You're thinking about it. I get it. Take your time. Are you related to me at all? Seems like you're struggling a little bit. Do you want me to? Oh, okay. Oh, that was my hand twitching. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, let me reset. Okay, is this someone who is related to me, Liz? If so, please cross the rods. That was really fast. Okay, thank you. Ooh, okay. Oh, thank you. Okay. Gosh. Okay. I don't even know what to ask next. Okay, if this is someone who may have passed away, who's in my family, blood related, can you please cross the rods? Blood related. Good. Okay. Yep. Sorry, I know this might feel weird. You're probably older than me, so it feels weird that I'm talking to you like this. I get it. Thank you. Okay, can you uncross the rods again, please? I'll ask you another question. Any minute now. Okay, I see you doing it. Come on, just push a little more. Little bit more. That's a bit better. Okay, so, if this is someone related to me, did I know you while you were alive? Cross the rods for yes. Leave them straight for no. Okay. Are you someone who passed away before I was born?
It's okay, we got this.
It's okay, don't worry about it. Yes. Okay. I'll give it a minute. I'll let it reset. That's what you get when you film outside. All right. Okay, so we concluded you are someone who is blood related to me, but died before I was born. If you're from my father's side, please cross the rods. If you are from my mother's side, leave them straight. Oh, sorry, I'm touching the piece so it would move it. That's my bad. Let me reset. That was a glitch. Okay. Sorry, y'all. All right. Balance out. Good. If you are from my father's side, please cross the rods. And if you are from my mother's side, please leave them straight. I just hear the cotton candy music and I'm like, oh my God.
It's
All I want
calling
is
for
cotton
you.
candy now. All right, seems like my mother's side. Is there a reason that you followed me to Korea? If yes, please cross the rods. If no, leave them straight. Okay. Cool. Thanks. All right. Appreciate that. All right. So you followed me to Korea for a reason. Is it a protection reason? If yes, please cross the rods. If it's something unrelated to protection or looking over me, leave them uncrossed. Is it like in the middle? Is it a little bit of both? A little bit of both? Okay. So, oh my goodness. All right. If you're from my mom's side, are you my mom's grandfather? What was his name? Grandpa? Is that it? If yes, can you uncross these rods right now? No. Okay. Are you my... Well, I knew my mom's grandmother when she was alive because she was my great-grandmother. So I don't think it's her. How are you related to me? I'm so confused. Are you messing with me? Are you not actually related to me? Maybe it needs a reset. I'm gonna give it a reset. Okay. Hard to find answers. Okay. Steady out. Are you actually related to me? Cross X for yes, straight for no. And please be honest. Blood related. Is this something negative? X for yes, obviously. There's a bit of wind right now. Just want to debunk a bit of the movement. Are you negative? Cross X for yes. That's the wind. You can see it on my hair, I'm pretty sure. Alright, I think whatever it is gone and doesn't want to communicate anymore. If that even was proper communication, so who knows. Once again, still never sure if I actually believe these things, but I got them for a reason, and that's because people think that they're related to paranormal activity, and so therefore I wanted to give it a try and see how I feel about it. Currently, I'm still indifferent. I don't really know. probably better to do it in a place indoors where it's not windy outside and doesn't have any effect on all this. So in that case, let's move on to our next location. I don't think we got much else we could really do here. All right, everyone, we are here at the cathedral, and we're not going to talk about the fact that it's cold and I have snot running out of my nose. Nikki, your phone just locked. Oh, figures. Were you listening to One Direction?
Shuffle, whatever.
I live for that.
Was?
Okay, we're in front of the cathedral right now. This is a very important historical landmark here in Jeonju. It is historic site number 288. It was completed in 1914 and was designed by priest Poinel, who also designed the very famous Myeongdong Catholic Cathedral in Seoul. So, a very well-known Western-style structure. This was built where the first Korean Catholic martyr, Yoon-ji Chung, died. It is one of Korea's 3 Catholic churches, or most significant Catholic churches, and it was built in the style of Romanesque and Byzantine styles. So it's considered one of the most beautiful buildings here in Korea, especially in Jeonju. So at this point, I think we're kind of running low on energy and expectations of anything interesting happening. So I'm just gonna pull out the spirit box, kind of do one last little run. I'll give you guys a view of our gate and then we'll finish up, because I don't really think there's too much else to check around here. Seems like there's not a heck of a lot right now. So let's check this. Maybe there will be something here. Cool. All right, we are gonna use our S box right now and see what we can get. Keep in mind, it's gonna be a lot of Korean words that I'm not gonna understand. We do have a Korean friend here with us, but she has run off. So we'll see how much Nikki is able to kind of figure out from all this. So let's see how this goes. Is there anyone here with us right now? That almost sounded like hello.
It did. I didn't get a hello though.
Are you able to try communicating with us in English? I understand we're using Korean radio, so I will not be able to understand you. Lots of music. Is there anyone here who is related to the Do you know how I was going to finish that sentence? I was going to say, is there anyone here who's related to the Catholicism here in Korea, or this church specifically, this area?
혹시 한국말 하신 분이 있나요? Okay.
Did you understand any of that?
No. God.
Is there anyone who was at the Hanok village?
Sounds like a yeah.
I'm really sorry that I don't speak enough Korean right now. if you understand my English, that would be really helpful. That was a lot.
Goes so fast though.
Okay. That was a full like sentence.
Yeah.
Do you know I'm so sorry. I'm talking over you.
혹시 한국어 하신 분이 있나요?
Sege? Are there 3 people here with us? Or 3 beings?
Beautiful.
It almost sounded like Muglia to me.
Okay.
My name is Liz. I'm sorry. I am an American. What animal did I just see run by? It was either a cat or a rat. I just heard a little child's voice. Oh, there it is. What is that?
Oh,
What is that?
what is that?
What the heck
That's
is
a
that?
squirrel.
That's not a squirrel.
That is a squirrel. That was a squirrel.
No, that was like a thinking. There's no squirrels in Korea. That looks like a
Just play the video
weasel
back.
or something.
Could be. Just play it back.
That was interesting. I think we can kind of call it quits on this right now. There's going to be a lot of stuff that I'll have to get translated for sure. It almost sounded like it was saying something about 3 people or asking who I was. That animal interrupted, and that was so weird. I've never seen an animal like that in Korea.
Same.
Though. So anyway, this feels like an interesting night. Not really sure where to go with this, but let's just finish up at our last location, call it a night. It's pretty cold outside. I think we all gotta go home and sleep now. So we'll finish up and tell you about the last place, and then I will wrap up and we will go home. All right, guys, so we're gonna end our night here in front of the very beautiful Pungnam Gate. It is one of Korea's 4 entry points. It is the South Gate, and this was used in the Joseon Dynasty, and this allowed visitors from outside traveling into Jeonju's city walls, and just guards would check. It was a good way of checking for intruders or whatever else it might be. So anyway, the gate was claimed to be one of Korea's national treasures, number 308, along with everything else we saw this evening. And yeah, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Every time I drive by it on the bus, and yeah, I take a bus that drives by this all the time, and it's gorgeous. Like, you just have to see it in person. Like, all of Korea's architecture is beautiful, stunning. I think everyone would benefit from taking a trip here. So anyway, yeah, I would want to try some other things, like maybe Spirit Box again, but I honestly think it's late, we didn't get a heck of a lot, and at this point, At this point, there's too many distractions. I think filming outside in public, busy areas is always difficult. And honestly, maybe spirits don't want to attach themselves to a lot of the liveliness. Some of them may want to be in more secluded areas where they can have peace and quiet. And at that point, I get it. Same here. I was kind of annoyed by all of our distractions, but honestly, like I said, it relates back to the tarot card reading I did. There would be a lot of distractions and interruptions, and I had a feeling this video was kind of too whipped up last minute to really get me a heck of a lot. So we'll see how it all goes in editing, and if you guys get anything good from that one spirit box session we did, who knows, maybe I'll try Estes method another time. I think it's easier when I understand the language. So on that note, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out me and Allison on our social media links, our personal ones, as well as the Liz and Allison social medias on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, as well as our podcast.
Beautiful. Incredible.
Gotta love the Jeonju-sis and all the young guys walking around after drinking. Oh look, here comes a couple more. Anyway, subscribe to our podcast channel if you want to hear us talk about anything. Maybe I'll delve into some of this and how crazy it was, like backstory. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time, I think. I hope. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.